Swapnamita, who has come from Badia Institute, and I can see Dr. Manisha Thaplia here. I can see Dr. Niruma, almost all of you. Informally, to just start, so we can start, and the other person online. We could just go on. You could introduce yourself, so we'll all come to know each other. After the session, maybe I can circulate the email IDs and your institutions to everyone, if it's okay with all of you, and then maybe we can connect on a platform that case. So you could just chat, write it in the chat box, and so it will work wonderfully with me. So, even before, when I asked you but I would like you to introduce Kamla Pant, who's sitting here with us. Ms. Kamla Pant is one person. See, I know science is something which is a very different domain, and working as a scientist is very different, and it is a very, very, very different ecosystem altogether. But I think there is something very, which is very common. In a party, like, people sat and they were talking, and one person went on saying, I'm an engineer, the other said, I'm a scientist, I'm a banker. Everybody, there was one woman sitting quietly on a table, and when people asked her what is it that she does as profession, she many years now, she is a teacher by profession, and she took to herself to start working towards writing science magazines for children, and then as we grow. So I just wanted to acknowledge her contribution towards the world of science, even try and bring in people into the world of science. To request Dr. Swapnamita to introduce herself, and maybe then she can give us some insight on her world of science.
Hello, everybody. I work on I would also like to say on today, especially on the day of women and girls in science, it is tough for women. It is really tough.
Ananya?
Several challenges, but despite that, we have to go on and we have to continue. We don't have to give up. Just continue.
Thank you. Could I ask Dr. Niruma from the faculty to kind of
Hello. Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, that's great. I'm so happy to see all of you here. Myself, Nirupama, I'm in KDM IPE. I'm in charge geoinformatics. Basically, I am a geologist. So my journey has been pretty difficult, you can say, because being a geologist is totally a man's domain. She must understand from Vadia. So yes, but we have to be We have to keep our patience, be perseverant, and just move towards our goal, move forward. Today's generation is much better blessed than we were, I must say. In my time, things were very difficult, especially information and getting into a man's domain was very, very difficult. Nowadays, I see there are plenty of girls joining in, becoming geologists. And information, I think that is the basic thing. Their access to information. Today, information is there, available, internet is there, mobiles are there. So you have a very good access to information. In our time, even for a little piece of knowledge, we had to scour the library for hours together. So times have changed, they are changing, and I'm sure they're going to be much brighter, and the future is bright for the girls. That's it from my side. Over to you. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Yeah.
Was anything audible?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
yes, it was audible. Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear it from the next person.
Hello. Hello to all of you. And indeed, my privilege to be the part of this forum. And definitely, today is very one of the important day. And as ma'am said, my journey is also started with as a zoologist. And and I did my master's, then I proceeded and I opted for the later on destiny moves, destiny plays its role, and so I was recognized as a bioinformatician current now. Since 2000, I'm working in the area of biotechnology, bioinformatics, environmental sciences, and currently I'm a senior faculty of university. I'm at University Lucknow and dealing with the research and development projects consisted of the biotechnological approaches, bioinformatics approaches, and I'm also doing some workshops, some things about related to the sustainable development. And today is one of the very, very important forum that we have to discuss about the SD6. And as everybody knows that it is the 17th mandate that was started with the SD during the Paris Treaty. And later on, we will be discussing the role of women, because women are the backbone of every society. So from our maids to higher scientists, the contribution of women cannot be denied. So currently I'm dealing with, and I'm happy to share that many of my PhD scholars are girls, and they are doing wonderful in their area of science and technology. So thank you again. And once again, I would like to extend my very heartfelt thanks to Ms. Rima, Dr. Rima. She has given me this platform, and so I'm in debt of her. And really, I would like to congratulate Techno Hub for organizing this wonderful brainstorming session on that very demanding topic of the current time, because water is, everybody knows, it is one of the most important thing. So thank you with these words. So over to you, Dr. Manisha.
Yeah, thank you. A very good afternoon to all. I'm Dr. Manisha Thapliyal. I work as Scientist G in Forest Research Institute. And I have, I would say, an experience of more than 2 decades of working in the forestry and wildlife sector. And Dr. Rima and myself, we began our research, I would say, foray into the research field together in the Wildlife Institute of India. And after working there for about 2 years exactly, I joined the Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education, and I was posted to Institute of Forest Genetics and Tree Breeding in Coimbatore. where I worked in the division of biodiversity. So I had this wonderful opportunity of working on biodiversity conservation in the Silent Valley National Park and Holy Hills area of the Eastern Ghats in Tamil Nadu. So that was a wonderful stint of 3.5 years that I had there. And initially what seemed a little difficult because of the language, but then we overcame all those language barriers because it was such a wonderful field of, going into the forest areas, exploring the species and wonderful habitats for different wildlife species. So that was those 3.5 years I cherish. And I really thank, I would say, my council for, posting me to a very distant institute where a lot of learning was there. And then after working there for 3.5 years, I came back to my hometown in Dehradun, here in FRI. And since then, I've been working in the field of seed biology, forestry seed biology, and like seed collection, their processing, harvesting, standardizing their germination protocols, quality seed evaluation. And now we are also working in the field of conservation of forest genetic resources. And when I came to this field, I found a lot of lady scientists also joining in different subjects. And I wouldn't say that it was difficult to find. Yes, compared to men, yes, we were in minority. But being most of the ladies, as you know, that there are more girls studying biological sciences. Even today, if you go to a university, you'll find more girls in botany and maybe zoology also. And then, of course, they make, they get into different professions also. So there were, I would say, almost about 30 to 35% girls were recruited at that time at scientists. And still, yes, that was minority. And as far as working in those areas, yes, we had to work more. Every time proving, and yes, in the forestry sector, also we got to work with the forest department officers at different levels. And the ladies who were there, the IFS officers, they also had little similar stories to share that, yes, the moment they entered service, it was, will they able to do it? Can they go into the forest? Can they, do all that, that policing and all, foraying into those areas, and can they do it? So every time they had to prove. And yes, for us also it was like that. Can a lady lead the team, for exploration and all? We need to send some men also, and all that kind of thing was there. But then we never resisted it. That is okay. I mean, it's difficult. But then I had to prove that, yes, we can do it. And we did this. And there were initial projects that we got, they were all externally aided that we got. And later on, we also got projects funded by ICFRE. And I would say my training at Wildlife Institute of India, it motivated me, rather getting into the forestry field and all. And we bring a lot of explorations and all. And we are doing a lot of projects funded by different agencies. And I'm happy to share that I have a lot of girls scholars in my team. And in fact, in some projects, it is all girls. Out of the 5 PhD scholars that I am guiding, 3 are girls and 2 are boys. And it's not that I deliberately favor, but then during the process of selection, they outshine the other, participants and they get selected. So I feel very happy about it, that the girls joining my team and all. And we don't do any favors, but yes, I do support all these girls in my team and all. And they're doing they're doing wonderful. They go out there in the field, do exploration. Also, it's nothing like girls and should. I never had, two thoughts about, sending them into the field and all. Like nobody, my PIs and all in the projects that I worked in, so it never came that way. And It's a very nice opportunity to interact with different lady scientists, professionals working in different institutes. And thanks to Dr. Rima and TechnoHub for, taking this opportunity of bringing all of us together on this platform, getting to know each other, sharing our experiences, and coming to the theme of today, that is equity, diversity, and inclusion. Water unites us. I like to share with the virtual gathering here that, as you know, that our rivers are a very important source of water for agriculture, irrigation, developmental projects, and so many. But then, yes, their conditions have deteriorated because of excessive extraction of water and pollution also. And at the behest of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, a task was given to the Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education. I wanted to share that ICFRE is just like ICAR, like Indian Council of Agriculture Research. And there are 9 institutes and 5 centers working under the council. The headquarters is very much here in the New Forest campus here in the FRI campus. And all the 9 institutes prepared the detailed project report on rejuvenation of 13 major rivers of India through forestry interventions. The DPRs are ready, and they are just awaiting the release. After that, these would be distributed to different stakeholders. The major stakeholder in this, of course, is the State Forest Department, because we talk of rejuvenation of the rivers through forestry interventions. So the most important interventions in those would be the plantations, forestation activities, and soil and moisture conservation activities in different landscapes along the stretch of the rivers. And in FRI, we prepared the DPR for initially in 2016, we prepared it for River Ganga, which is in implementation stage as of now, funded by NMCG. And the recent one we prepared for River Yamuna. And so this is our, I would say, our contribution, little contribution that we are making for our water bodies. And we hope that these interventions are going to definitely bear fruits in future in terms of enhancing the water quality of these rivers and reduction in siltation load. And of course, other tangible and intangible benefits also, which we have estimated in one of the chapters in the DPRs. So that is about it. I think I've gone the long, detailed this thing about my work and all. So I thank Dr. Rima and TechnoHub again for bringing us all together and having a good discussion. So over to the next
Dr. Manisha, I'm so happy to glad to see you. I hope you remember Dr. Prachi. I was also in WI that time in the group, and then I shifted my field towards the bioinformatics.
Dr. Prachi, yeah, I mean, it's been a long time, and Dr. Rima did
that time Prachi was only.
Great, Dr. Prachi Srivastav, right?
Yeah, Rima, me, and you. So yes, I was in the slot research.
You had your this thing in Bilaspur,
Sanchi. Yeah. Bilaspur,
Black Bear.
Black Bear, yeah. Slot Bear, yeah, Tandra.
Yes.
So nice to see you, and really I thank to TechnoHub for giving this nice alumni kind of thing. Thank you so much, Rima, once again.
That was wonderful meeting all friends again. But it is even good to make more friends, because first we were 3 and now I think we have 13 people, 16 people here who are going to be friends. So I am very excited about it. Meanwhile, as Dr. Manisha, you were talking about, the Ganga DPR that you made, which is in implementation stage now. It is wonderful that we would like to share that from TechnoHub, we did about 4 awareness workshops for college students under the same banner with NMCG. and on water awareness and water education. What surprised me most is, a very basic things which when it comes to scientific community, things which we take for granted, very, very simply, we know that what to do, why plastic shouldn't be used, one-time use plastic or number of years. Those are things which become very, 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 very informative for people still, because I am sure there is a huge gap in awareness there. And that is what we are, that is what is our endeavor from here as a part of environment and education, that we are trying to tell people that with the huge number that India has right now, that there is a lot of need that more and more people go and talk and make children aware and make people aware, even adults at times, who are unaware of very simple things like how to dispose of plastics and what to do with it. So that is what was there. And while we were discussing, we have a very wonderful person. I know we have people almost from all scientific institutions, but again, I have another great lady with us who happens to be a mathematician. And she also happens to be an educator and has dedicated her life again to teaching and nurturing science and education into children. So I would like to welcome Ms. Gandotra in our forum. Ma'am, I would like you to tell us about how your challenges have been in this world, especially trying to push in mathematics and science. Because I know that even difficult in science is mathematics for many children. So they want to avoid maths, and in lieu, they avoid science because again, physics and chemistry without science, and eventually biology without maths is just not possible. So please, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody here. I'm Meenakshi Gandotra. I am the teacher of science and maths. And